Hello friends, welcome to this Docker lecture series. Myself Manjeet Kaur, and in this video we will be creating docker-compose.yml file. So it is a continuation to the 6 and 7 tutorials of Docker playlist, and in the 6th tutorial I've explained you what is Docker Compose and what are its uses, what are its benefits. So I've told you that in the 6th tutorial. You can check out the link. So I will paste the link in the description box, as well as I will create a tag in the video. And before starting, we want that you must know what is the full form of YAML file. So YAML stands for YAML ain't markup language. Okay, so I'm very sorry that in the previous video I have stated that YAML stands for yet another markup language, but it isn't. It is YAML ain't markup language. So I have pinned a comment in that video stating what is the actual full form of YAML. So now, before creating, let me show you some Docker documentations. So this is an overview of Docker Compose. So I will paste this link as well in the description. And as I have said, that Compose is a tool that is used for defining and running multi-container Docker applications. So Docker Compose is used to define services, networks, and volumes for the multi-container Docker applications. Okay, and now coming to another URL, that is Docker file versions reference. All these links I will attach, so don't worry about that. So what this link tells you, it tells you the format in which Docker file should be created. Sorry, Docker compose.yml should be created. So for this, there are three different versions: version 1, 2, and 3. So let me show you this versioning first. So there are three versions, like version 1, 2, and 3, and all of them has individual updates. So we will be seeing which version we have to use. So for that, we have to use this reference. So first of all, we need to see what is our Docker engine release version, and eventually according to that we can choose our compose file format. So for that, we had to run docker version command, and then we can see what is the version of our Docker engine. So our Docker engine version is 19.3.10, and according to it, we can see what our Docker Compose version should be. So Docker Compose version should be, since I've installed the latest Docker engine, so we would be using version number 3. Okay, let me show you one example of Docker Compose file, so it will be easier for you to understand the basic structure of it. So first of all, we had to give the version. So we have got to know what the version we have to give. Then there is a services, and under service there are different kind of services. Like I have told you that we might have an application having three different services, like let's say front end, back end, and a database. And then if we want, we can split it into three components or three services, and in the services section we can write front end, back end, and a database, and use other parameters as well. So other parameters involves build, we want to run any command, volumes, we want to attach some ports, listening ports, networks, so this kind of thing. So as you can see, this is an example in which there are how many kind of services? There are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 services are there. Like how? In this services, there are one services that is vote, other service is result, then there is a worker, then there is a Redis, and at last we have a DB service. Okay. So there are three building blocks of Docker Compose file as told earlier in the sixth tutorial, that Docker Compose is composed of services, network, and volumes. So here we have volumes and networks. These are the three main building blocks of the docker-compose.yml file. So this is an example of a voting app. So I will paste this link in the description as well, so you can refer these kind of examples, real life examples. Now coming to the creation of a sample, very basic Docker Compose file. So for that, let's see in which directory we are. We are at home Manjeet, and let's see what all files do we have. Okay, so we will create a directory here naming Docker Compose, and inside Docker Compose we'll create a file that is docker-compose.yml with the vi tool. Press enter. First of all, as I've told you, that we have to mention which kind of a version we want to give. So the name version, then semicolon, and then space, and then 3 in this inverted comma. Then in the next line, we have to give what kind of services do we want. Let's say we want one front end. Let's say the name of our service is front end, and we want to give an image of Node.js. Then we want to have a build at dot, and ports should be listening at okay. Similarly, we can give another service like DB, that is database. Let me use the full name. And for this, we are using image of Mongo. So like there is necessary to give spaces in between, and just that we will be using an image of Mongo. And we will come out of this file. Now we want to validate our Docker Compose file. For that, what we will do, we will run a command that is docker compose config. If you see this output, which means your Docker Compose is validated, it is good to go. And then you just have to run a command that is docker compose up, and in -d we are using a detached mode because we want a prompt to be generated, and we will hit enter, and all the thing would be done by the docker, and we will see the docker ps command. Our Mongo is in a running state. We can check docker ps-a for all. -a, and you can see Mongo is up and running. We have node that has exited 20 seconds ago. Why it has exited? Because he has done his work. Now if we want to shut down our services that we have up and running, we can use the docker compose down command, and enter. It's done. We will check docker ps-a and they won't be there. So any question regarding Docker Compose file, you can type in the comment section. I will try to resolve your issues, try to resolve your concerns. And I hope that it was a nice session and an understandable one. Thank you. Have a nice day.